Okay, good evening. Welcome to
AwesomeMath number 65.
AwesomeMath65. So today we're going to talk about a Putnam problem.
Yep.
You know what the Putnam is?
It's a math contest.
It's a math contest for college students. And today they had a problem that related to something you and I talked about a few weeks ago. We got the dog who's very interested in this problem. So do you remember when we talked about numbers that were 4 times the sum of their digits?
Yep.
What were some examples?
There were like 36.
Okay,
4
36.
times 9.
Yeah, because the sum of the digits is 9 and it's 4 times 9, yeah.
There's the one before that. There's 12 and 24 before that.
There was 12 and 24, okay.
And then there was the one above that, 48.
48. And I asked you, what about this number, 50, 10?
Well,
Because here the sum is 15 and 4 times 15 is what?
it's 60.
60.
Well,
Dog is very interested in this movie.
Hmm.
Okay. Is this number 60?
Well, we just don't usually write it that way.
Yeah, we don't usually write 60 that way, but we can write it as 50, 10.
Yeah.
It's kind of fun. So, here's what they asked on the Putnam today. Suppose you did allow 10. Allow 10 as a digit.
But not any numbers like above that.
Yeah, but not any numbers above it. But we're still in base 10, so we're not going to base 11, but we're still in base 10. You allow 10 as a digit. Some numbers, you can write some numbers 2 ways now.
Yeah.
Like what? What's an example of a number you could write 2 ways now?
Well, now 12 you can write as, well, you have 1 10. You have 1 10.
1, 10. What number is that?
1 10 is 20.
20. Okay. What's another number that you can write 2 different ways now?
Well, now you can write like the multiples of 10.
Ah, okay. So for example, we could write 50, 10, and
And that would be like 60.
that would be the same as 60. Okay? So they said if you do allow 10 as a digit, there are some numbers that you can write 2 different ways. But the question was, which numbers can you still only write 1 way? Cool, right? So can you figure out any?
Well, like what do they mean by that?
Well, remember 50, 10
For
equals 60. So 60 you can now write 2 different ways if you allow 10 as a digit. But some numbers you can only write 1 way still.
It's the ones that they don't divide into 10. They're not divisible by 10.
Like what? What's a number that you can only write 1 way, do you think?
Well, maybe like 5.
5? Definitely. 5 you could only write 1 way.
And some of the numbers that like end in a unit that have a unit digit other than 0.
Like what?
Like 53. You could write,
53.
because then you'd have, if you could write it as 40 something, you'd have to add a 10, so 40 13.
Yeah, you would need 13. That's very good.
And then you only allow the 10 as the new digit.
So what do you think the answer to this question is on the Putnam? What are the numbers that you can only write 1 way with this new funky addition of the digit 10?
Well, the numbers that have units digit not a unit digit greater than 0.
Okay, interesting. Now what about 3-digit numbers?
3-digit numbers.
What do you think the rule would be?
Well, if you had like 120, can you allow hundreds now?
Yeah, if we do 3 digits. Actually, you know what? We've talked about this enough. Why don't we cut it off here? I love the way you're thinking about the 2-digit problem. And we can talk about the 3-digit problem off camera. Okay?
Yep.
All right, good job, hon.